we're able to document where we're at. Please load up.
I'm just recording it down. Don't worry, I'm not recording any of my notes. I'm just recording down. So none. Oh my gosh. This is like terrifying.
You're scared? Like, it's really dark. It's nice in here. I can sleep.
She just scooted. She scooted.
We're squished.
She just scooted, guys.
Wait, out. Can my mom sit by me?
Here, sit on my lap.
Oh my God. Help me. Kidnapper. I'm recording the ground too.
It's a good thing you're little.
Wait,
If it was
will this
Peyton
move?
sitting on your mom's lap. It's fine. They're not going to let anything happen.
Whoa. Is this a roller coaster?
Dear grandfather, grandmother, and all of you, it is with the greatest pleasure imaginable that I occupy a few moments writing to you to let you know how we get along since we have undertaken this tedious and arduous journey. We are not all well at present. Mother, I am sorry to inform you, has been very sick, but she is a great deal better. The weather has been so bad, but the main thing was to get started. It was a hard trial to bid adieu to Illinois forever and to submit ourselves to be carried from our loved native land. I looked back as long as I could see anything of old Illinois, and it was with many tears that I left the home of my childhood friends and am now on my way to a distant land and must strive to form new associations in the far distant west. Give my love to all the folks. I want you to write if you can as soon as you receive this and direct it to Oregon City. Remember that I remain your sincere and affectionate granddaughter.
Margaret Scott, April 18, 1852.
Came 18 miles. The country through which we have passed for the last 2 weeks has looked entirely unfit for the abode of men, and we have seen no signs of civilization worth mentioning. We are now rolling over a splendid-looking prairie with the blue-tinged timber in the distance, the wild flowers and shrubs beneath our feet, and numerous hills pointing near us presents an appearance at once picturesque and sublime.
Abigail Scott, April 30th, 1852.
We started early this morning and passed Fort Laramie about 10 o'clock. We passed several Indian trading posts. The tribe that occupy this territory are called Sioux. It is thought that if immigrants use proper precautions, they need fear nothing from them. As we ascend the Platte, the scenery is more beautiful than we have seen in some time.
It looks like we drowned.
Margaret Scott, June 18th, 1852.
I wonder what's over there. It's just one.
We came 20 miles. We struck the Sweetwater about 2 o'clock, and about 3 came to Independence Rock. It is an immense mass, covering an area of, I think, about 10 acres, and is about 300 feet high. My sisters and I went to the base of the rock with the intention of climbing it, but we had ascended about 30 feet when a heavy hail and windstorm arose, obliging us to desist. Immediately after leaving Independence Rock, we came in sight of the well-known Devil's Gate. The Sweetwater passes through it, and the cliffs of rock on either side are at least 400 feet in height. The rocks are in many places covered with the names of visitors to this place, a few of which were as early as 38.
Abigail Scott, June 30th, 1852.
jolted him. I bet the other side is just where we started at. We made it to Oregon.
So welcome to Clover Creek. So 2 steps and a bit of a slope. Be ready to slope down. You've been rolling in lightning bug juice. You're just a glowing. So folks, excuse my noise. So welcome to Clover Creek. You have just come 1,100 miles on your journey. We will be stopping here for 3 days as we rest ourselves and our critters. We're going to reshoe our critters and fix and mend anything that's broken down along the way.
Is that 1 night?
Now, no, you've been walking for 1,100 miles. From the looks of y'all, your shoes are holding up quite nice. Although, some of you youngins, you lost half your britches. I'm not sure how that happens. And ladies, you've been working a little hard. You lost your skirts. You walk around your bloomers. It's okay. We're going to fix you up before we send you on the trail. So I'm going to scoot right over here, and I'll acquaint you with the shoes we're going to put on our critters today. So if everybody can come kind of close. Okay, 1 step backwards. Good job. Can anybody tell me what kind of a critter wears this shoe? Just tell me.
Horse.
Do you know what kind of a critter wears this shoe?
Oxen.
Oxen. You're
Buff. Horse. No, oxen.
Mule. Mule. A mule has a long, narrow foot, and a horse has a wide, round one. That's the difference. Now, our oxen wear shoes. There's 2 parts to their shoe because they have a cloven hoof. These go on with nails just like with a horseshoe, only they usually start out about 1/4 of an inch thick. So I'll pass those around. You're welcome to look at those. Now, shoeing an oxen is a mighty interesting adventure. If you have a good horse, you tap his leg, he lifts his foot, trim out his hooves, tack on his shoes, no time at all. But if you have an ox, they are lazy, they are ornery, and they're top heavy, and they don't want to stand on 3 legs for you. So if you pick up one of their feet, they're going to lean into you until they fall right on over. Then if you put shoes on them, their 4 stomachs begin to bloat, put pressure on their lungs, and you just put new shoes on a dead ox. Now back east, we used to put a sling under their belly. Not to worry, you're sinking a bit deeper in the mud. We used to throw a rope over a beam in a barn and hoist them up that way. But out here we don't have a barn, and our trees are not going to support a 2,000-pound critter. So we're going to take 4 or 5 big strong men. We're going to put them up against that ox, and they're going to lean in and hold him up. Meanwhile, the blacksmith's going to run around tacking on shoes as fast as he can go. Now, we women folk are going to take all you youngins clear out of camp. We don't want you to learn those names that those oxen are going to get. So if you guys have walked 1,100 miles so far, how many miles do you walk in one day? Yes, sir.
20.
20 miles is a pretty good day on the prairie. Now up here in the mountains, because of the terrain, how many rocks we have to go over, and the daytime hours are getting shorter, we may only average 8 to 15. So how do you count your miles? Oh, youngins, you got to know, because this is your job. Well, let me show you. We're going to come right here to this wheel. Okay, so I need everybody to scoot back just a little bit. Don't go too far, you won't be able to see. We're going to tie a rag to the spoke of this wheel, and as this wheel goes around, you are going to count. How many miles do you think it goes? Excuse me, how many times does it go around to make 1 mile? Yes. Oh, a lot more. Yes. Keep going. Higher.